Hello, today I'm speaking to you about tropical rainforests. Did you know that rainforests only account for 8% of the Earth, yet they house 50% of all species on the Earth? That's a lot of species for such a small area. So today I'm going to talk to you about what is a rainforest, where they're located, the four layers of a rainforest, and finally what's important about rainforests to today. So first of all, what is a rainforest? A rainforest is a very densely packed and confined area with lots of trees and millions of different species of plants, animals, and insects. They also receive a lot of rain, of course. So tropical rainforests, they don't have any seasons at all. No winter or summer. There's only two kinds of weather in rainforests, and it's either raining or it's completely dry. So it's kind of a very bland weather pattern, but that is rainforest. There's, like I said, millions of different species in a rainforest, and just the trees alone, there's hundreds of different species of trees that make up just 1 square mile of a rainforest, whereas a regular forest here in California only has about 4 or 5 different species of trees in the entire forest. So they're very diverse. Also, they only grow around the equator. The major rainforests, because of this, are located in Central America, Southern Asia, Australia, and the Amazon. So now I'm going to talk about the layers of a rainforest. The first layer here is the emergent layer, which is these big trees here. They can grow to be about 150 to 200 feet tall. They grow very far apart, unlike other trees, what you would think of when you think of a rainforest. They're exposed to the sun and the elements, so it's very hot and very windy up there. The only animals that really encounter this are the flying animals, harpy bird and the hummingbird, and also some variety of monkeys. But the majority of what you think of when you think of a rainforest is the second layer, the canopy layer. This is a very dense, packed trees, vines, tie this whole layer up into just one big canopy that shelters the entire forest from the sun. Because it receives so much sunlight, there is a lot of resources and a lot of food for the animals in this layer, and 90% of all the animals in the rainforest dominate this territory right here, the canopy layer. So some examples are the toucan, the spider monkey, and iguana. But as I said, 90% of all animals. There's a lot more that live in this layer. The next layer is the understory, right below the canopy. Because the canopy is so dense, the understory only receives about 15% of the light that comes in, so it's very dark down here. The only plants that can really survive are some ferns, small trees, mostly moss, but it's so dark that there's not many resources, and some animals, anacondas and some other animals, live in this territory, but most stick to the canopy layer. The next layer is the ground floor, the forest floor. Despite popular belief, the forest floor is very empty. There is almost no life, no plant life in this forest floor. You should, in perfect conditions in a forest, you should be able to walk miles without running into anything, just tree trunks on the forest floor. Some animals, but most animals stick up to the trees where there's easy food, so they don't really go to the bottom. And if you look over to these charts are rainfall during different times of the year. This first chart is of the Brazilian rainforest. As you can see, there's lots and lots of constant rainfall throughout the whole year, averaging to about 10 inches per month. Constantly, though. And so you think it's not that great. It's a rainforest. You think there's a lot of rain, obviously. But if you compare it to this second graph down here of San Francisco, California, as you can see, there's a big difference. The max rainfall we get here in California is only about 4 inches. So there's a big difference between these two. So the layers are covered. Next, I'm going to talk to you about the importance of rainforests to today. According to the National Cancer Society, 70% of all medicines and remedies for cancer, 70% are only found in the rainforest. This accounts for about 2,000, 2,500 different species of plants that are all tested to be cancer effective. They eliminate cancer. All these 2,000 species, there's more that have been tested and have not been cancer, of course. But out of all these 2,000, we've only done tests for 1% of all the species in this rainforest. So just imagine 99% of all the species, millions of species, just waiting to be tested. Just imagine what we could do with that. That's a huge medicine benefit to rainforests. They're very important. Another importance to the rainforest is they regulate our air. 40% of the oxygen in the whole world comes from these rainforests. They also regulate our water, with 1/5 of our water coming just from the Amazon. 1/5 of our fresh water is just in the Amazon basin by itself. Some other benefits include minor cosmetic items such as coffee, nuts, berries, bananas, and who lives without coffee, right? So those are just some of the benefits of a big rainforest like this. As I said before, rainforests only come around the equator. They're very dense, very diverse, millions of species, and they're very important to not only just our Earth and our atmosphere, but to medicine and many other fields too. So rainforests are very important, and I hope everyone learned a valuable lesson today. Thank you.